What are you doing now?
This fucking light.
What light? Oh, is that heat though? Or just light?
Oh no, the real heat comes out of that.
Oh, look at the boat. Okay. Look at the boat.
Here's some advice, Zion Williamson, since you want to send your publicist to talk shit about me every other freaking week. How about you get on a treadmill, speed 3, level 12, and maybe you'll lose some weight and go on it for like an hour or 2. Second, how about you stop drinking sodas? 3, how about you practice doing 3-pointers? Everybody's tired of seeing you do dunks all freaking day. Learn another move. It's getting boring and tired. You're tired and boring, just like how you were in bed.
Say what now? Not NBA superstar Zion Williamson getting exposed by yet another Onlyfans model who's claiming he got her pregnant and then completely ghosted her with receipts to prove it. This explains why his career keeps spiraling while he's allegedly out here building a whole roster of side chicks. Apparently, this isn't even his first or second time getting caught. This is just the latest woman brave enough to put him on blast with video evidence and payment screenshots. And as if all this wasn't bad enough, this new accuser is demanding a public DNA test and threatening to release even more receipts if Zion doesn't step up. In fact, as we speak, she's out here on Instagram posting videos of him chilling in her place while his legal team scrambles to figure out their next move. And baby, the receipts she's putting on blast are absolutely wild. So, Dope Chick 69, real name Alyssa Alcantara, first came for Zion when she popped up on Instagram with a video that had the entire internet gagging. When I tell you the chaos was at an all-time high, I'm not even exaggerating. She literally posted a video on January 7th, 2026, showing Zion in what appeared to be her private residence, just casually chilling like he belonged there. The caption? Pure insanity. She was basically saying this was proof he'd been seeing her for years and that he needed to take a DNA test for their alleged child. But wait, it gets messier. She also posted a screenshot of a $2,000 Zelle transfer from Zion, basically suggesting he was sending her hush money to keep quiet about their whole situation.
What are you doing now?
This fucking light.
What light? Oh, is that heat though? Or just light?
Oh no, the real heat comes out of that.
Now, as you can imagine, the video and those payment receipts had the entire NBA Twitter on absolute fire. The post went mega viral within just a few days, racking up over 917,000 views when it got reposted on platforms like My Mixtape has. People were dissecting every single frame of that video, trying to confirm it was really Zion, and let me tell you, it was him. And guess what? Within just hours of all this blowing up, people started waiting for Zion's team to respond with their usual lawsuit threats and legal gymnastics. But baby, they stayed completely silent this time. No cease and desist letters, no defamation lawsuits, no threatening statements from his lawyer, Michael Balacio, nothing. And that silence, it just made people believe Dope Chick 69 even more, because usually when someone is lying, they get hit with legal action immediately, but not this time. Anyway, people seem to believe what she's saying because this isn't the first time Zion has allegedly been caught doing this exact thing with Onlyfans models. I don't know about y'all, but when you see the same pattern playing out over and over again with different women telling practically identical stories, that's not a coincidence. That's a lifestyle. So, according to multiple sources and accusers, Zion allegedly has a very specific playbook when it comes to these situations. He allegedly targets women in the adult entertainment industry, promises them some kind of relationship or exclusive situation, gets what he wants, sends them some money to keep quiet, and then completely ghosts them like they never existed. And when these women finally get fed up and decide to speak out, he either threatens them with lawsuits, gets his team to paint them as money-hungry liars, or in some cases, allegedly tries to have them arrested for extortion. The pattern is disturbingly consistent across multiple accusers.
Zion Williamson, you see the accusation that has been leveled against him. A former girl that he was involved with is saying that he raped and assaulted her. I believe it was 2020. I spoke about it a little bit early on the show. Listen, I don't know what the hell has happened. I don't know what's going on. I wasn't an eyewitness. I know I can't speak to it. I just think that the times that we're living in, when somebody can make an accusation, I find myself saying to the guilty, I hope they throw your ass under the jail. To those who are innocent and being lied upon, it's sad because the presumption of guilt in this day and age, advent of social media and beyond, is going to be attached to you.
And since we are on the topic of Zion allegedly using OnlyFans models as his personal playground, let's talk about Mariah Mills, because her 2023 meltdown was absolutely legendary. So Mills is an adult film star and OnlyFans model who completely lost it on Twitter back in June 2023, just days after Zion posted his big gender reveal party with his girlfriend Akima. Mills claimed she'd been in a secret relationship with Zion for 3 years, starting sometime around 2020, and that she had no idea he was about to be a father with someone else until she saw it on Instagram like everyone else. The way she described their relationship, Zion allegedly promised her they were building something real together, flew her out to New Orleans multiple times, and even talked about getting her a place near him so they could be closer. She posted screenshots of text messages showing him allegedly offering to help her move to New Orleans, which made the whole thing seem even more calculated. From the interviews she did at the time and the absolute chaos of her Twitter storm, you could tell she genuinely thought Zion was her man. If you were to tell Mills back in 2020 that she'd end up having a public meltdown on Twitter while Zion celebrated another woman's pregnancy, she probably would have said you were crazy.
Well, baby, honey, we didn't see this coming now. So NBA star Mr. Zion Williamson, honey, didn't get much, y'all. He didn't get much time to celebrate being a girl dad before being dragged, honey, online by his side chick, baby, popular porn star, Miss Mariah Mills, honey. So did y'all hear about this, Jessie?
So the drama kicked off when Zion's girlfriend, Akima, posted pics of the couple's gender reveal party. And this set off the alarm bells for Mariah, who took to Twitter to air out all they dirty laundry. She tweeted this: better pray I'm not pregnant too, because I'm definitely late at Zion Williamson. Then she wrote, I let you have sex with me so many times without a condom, and this is what you do to me? Hood rat does that CPN. Oh, is she accusing him of fraud?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Zion's girlfriend seems unbothered, but the Mariah tweets go on and on and on, but we don't have time for all that. I mean, what do you...
And remember what I said about Zion allegedly ghosting these women after he gets what he wants? Well, an example of that was Mills's complete spiral after the scandal. Her Twitter rant went on for weeks throughout June and July 2023. And during that time, she gained over 100,000 new followers, and her tweets racked up more than 23 million views. She was posting everything: screenshots, allegations about his sexual habits, claims that he was a sex addict, and even threats to release sex tapes she allegedly had of them together. She posted a positive pregnancy test in late June 2023, claiming Zion had gotten her pregnant too, though that was never verified. But this wasn't her first rodeo trying to get his attention. By July 2023, Twitter had completely banned her account for harassment and violating their terms of service. She then moved to TikTok, where she continued posting about Zion throughout 2024. In December 2024, she even mocked him on TikTok after he suffered another injury, basically celebrating his pain. Then in May 2025, she reportedly contacted celebrity lawyer Tony Busby, the same attorney who went after Deshaun Watson, to see if he'd take her case for emotional distress. But on June 3, 2025, Busby declined to represent her. When the lawyer who took on Deshaun Watson won't even touch your case, you know things are messy.
Everybody deserves a chance to be heard, and I hope me and any of the other victims, I just hope we all get justice. And the amount of bashing, humiliation, slander, and threats that I've been receiving these last 3 years have been a lot, and it's causing me a lot of stress, emotional distress, and I just hope we all can come to justice and this all can be resolved and nobody has to relive all these things ever again.
And as if things couldn't get messier, let's talk about Akima, the woman Zion actually announced his pregnancy with in that June 2023 gender reveal party in New Orleans. So Akima was presented as the official girlfriend, the one he was supposedly building a family with while allegedly sneaking around with Mills and who knows how many others. They had their big gender reveal on June 3rd, 2023, posted it all over social media and YouTube, and then in November 2023, Zion announced the birth of their daughter, Mila. Everyone thought that was going to be his redemption arc, becoming a father and settling down. But baby, even the main girl couldn't escape the chaos. In April 2024, Akima was arrested in Miami for allegedly assaulting another woman who was linked to Zion. So even the woman he publicly claimed and had a child with ended up getting dragged into his alleged mess, to the point where she's catching assault charges over other women. That's how deep this pattern runs.
The alleged aggressor, according to a police affidavit, Akima Love, the woman seen in this celebratory gender reveal video with Williamson in June of 2023, but looking very different in this booking photo from earlier this week. Love, arrested on allegations of stalking, home invasion, and aggravated battery against another woman who has not been named. According to the police report, the suspect and the victim share a romantic partner. A police source familiar with the case telling our affiliate that shared partner is Zion Williamson. Issues between the two women ramped up in mid-March, when according to a police affidavit, Love allegedly egged the other woman's home, then messaged that woman on Instagram, stating, "Don't worry, it's going to be your head next when I drop this baby. Count your days," followed by a smiley face and laughing emoji. After the birth of that baby, things allegedly escalating further. According to the affidavit, on Sunday, Love obtained keys to the woman's residence, grabs her hair, and struck her with keys clenched in her fist, leaving the woman with lacerations above both eyes, a raised lump on the side of her head, scratches to her arms and face, and 4 fingernails torn from her hands. The police source telling our affiliate the incident happened at Williamson's multi-million-dollar home in Kenner. According to the affidavit, Love was arrested nearby at a second multi-million-dollar home inside a gated community, where Williamson is also listed as a resident in public records. Zion Williamson and Akima Love's attorney declined to comment.
Oh, and remember what I said about this being more than just paternity drama? Well, there's also a Jane Doe lawsuit filed in May 2025 that takes things to an entirely different level. This isn't about hookups and hush money anymore. This is about alleged sexual assault. Jane Doe filed a civil lawsuit on May 30th, 2025 in Los Angeles Superior Court, alleging that Zion raped and abused her multiple times between 2018 and 2023. She claims their relationship started back when Zion was still at Duke in 2018, which means these allegations go all the way back to his college days. The lawsuit includes detailed allegations about specific incidents in 2020, where she claims Zion allegedly assaulted her. This is by far the most serious accusation against him, because if these claims are true, we're not just talking about a cheater, we're talking about a predator. Now, when it comes to the Jane Doe lawsuit, Zion's team didn't stay quiet like they did with Dope Chick 69. His lawyer, Michael Balacio, immediately came out swinging, calling the lawsuit a money grab and claiming that any relationship between Zion and Jane Doe was consensual and casual. His legal team then went nuclear and countersued her for extortion, basically claiming she was trying to shake him down for money. They even managed to get an arrest warrant issued for Jane Doe on extortion charges. The lawsuit is still ongoing as of January 2026, but the fact that they literally got an arrest warrant for the woman claiming she was assaulted is absolutely wild and shows you how powerful Zion's legal machine can be when he actually decides to fight back. But here's where it gets even crazier. All three of these women, Dope Chick 69, Mariah Mills, and Jane Doe, have eerily similar stories about how Zion allegedly operates. The pattern is almost identical. He allegedly promises them some kind of exclusive relationship or special connection. They hook up repeatedly over months or years. He sends them money either for expenses or to keep them quiet. And then the second things get complicated or he's done with them, he completely ghosts them and moves on to the next one. Dope Chick 69 has her $2,000 Zelle screenshot. Mills has her text message screenshots about him allegedly offering to move her to New Orleans and help set her up there. Jane Doe's lawsuit mentions payments and financial support throughout their alleged relationship. When three different women from three completely different time periods, 2018, 2020, and 2023 through 2026, are all describing the exact same pattern of behavior down to the financial transactions and the ghosting. That's not a coincidence anymore. That's a consistent method of operation. And get this, Mills claimed back in July 2023 that after her expose went viral, she started getting DMs from other women in NBA circles, including side chicks of other players, telling her that Zion wasn't the only one pulling these kinds of schemes, but that he was definitely one of the worst offenders. There was even another unnamed woman who came forward in 2023 claiming Zion had flown her out multiple times and bought her expensive gifts before cutting her off completely. And let's not forget the whisper networks that have existed in NBA circles for years about Zion's off-court behavior, especially when you combine these scandals with his constant injuries and the fitness issues that legends like Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley have publicly criticized him for. When you're dealing with this level of alleged chaos in your personal life, it starts affecting everything else, including your career. So, who knows how many other women are out there staying quiet because they either signed NDAs, they're too scared to come forward, or they just don't want to deal with the legal nightmare that comes with accusing someone as powerful and wealthy as an NBA star. Anyway, Dope Chick 69 isn't staying quiet like those other potential victims. Since posting that initial video and Zelle screenshot on January 7, 2026, she's continued putting pressure on Zion through Instagram. She keeps posting stories and captions demanding that he take a public DNA test to prove whether or not he's the father of her alleged child. She's also been threatening to release even more receipts, more videos, more screenshots, more proof of their alleged relationship if Zion doesn't step up and acknowledge what's been going on. According to her post, she claims to have way more content than what she's already shared, and she's using social media as leverage since the legal route takes forever and costs money she might not have. She's basically daring Zion to either come clean publicly or watch as she drops more and more evidence that could completely destroy what's left of his reputation. Now here's where things could get really expensive for Zion. If Dope Chick 69 decides to file an actual paternity lawsuit, like Mariah Mills considered doing back in 2025, and if a DNA test proves that he is the father of her child, the child support payments alone could be absolutely devastating for someone with an NBA star's salary. We're talking potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, depending on how the courts calculate it. But it's not just about Dope Chick 69. Don't forget that the Jane Doe lawsuit is still pending with those serious abuse allegations that could result in a massive settlement or judgment if it goes to trial, and she wins. And then there's Zion's actual NBA contract situation, which is probably keeping his agent up at night. His 2026-27 season with the New Orleans Pelicans isn't fully guaranteed yet. There's a July 15, 2026 deadline where the team has to decide whether to guarantee his contract or potentially void it. If these scandals continue to escalate and affect his performance, his reputation, or the team's image, the Pelicans could absolutely use that as grounds to cut ties with him. On top of all that, Zion has already reportedly lost somewhere between $10 million and $20 million in potential endorsement deals because of the previous scandals with Mills and Jane Doe. Major brands don't want to be associated with this level of controversy. And let's not forget that Prime Sports filed a $100 million lawsuit against him back in 2024 that's still ongoing. Between potential child support for multiple children, the Jane Doe settlement, possibly losing his NBA contract, missing out on tens of millions in endorsements, and the Prime Sports suit, Zion could be looking at losing well over $100 million because of all this alleged mess he's created. Anyway, people on social media have been going absolutely insane over all this, and the reactions are all over the place. NBA Twitter is completely divided between people defending Zion and saying these women are just trying to get money, and people who think the pattern is way too consistent to be fake and that he clearly has a problem. The memes have been brutal. There are entire threads about Zion's harem and jokes about him having a direct pipeline to Onlyfans models. But beyond the jokes, there are also a lot of people expressing genuine concern about what this pattern suggests. Some fans are saying this looks less like simple cheating and more like potential predatory behavior, especially with the Jane Doe allegations about assault. The comparisons to other NBA scandals are everywhere. People are bringing up Tristan Thompson's multiple baby mama dramas, and some are even comparing it to more serious situations. But now I want to know your thoughts. Do you really think Dope Chick 69's receipts are legit, or is this another clout chase? And do you think Zion will ever actually take that DNA test publicly, or is he just going to keep hiding behind his lawyers while more and more women come forward? Should the NBA or the Pelicans step in and do something about this pattern? Or is it none of their business as long as he's not breaking laws? Is this scandal career-ending for Zion? Or can he somehow recover if he actually addresses it head-on instead of staying silent? And most importantly, do you think there are even more women out there who haven't come forward yet? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other video about celebs who got caught in similar paternity scandals and how their careers ended up.